So this is a hard problem which came in the Leetcode bi-weekly contest today, and this problem says is divided into increasing sequences. So just to give you an example, let's say the given array of form this. Now and the given k is 3. Now we need to find if we can divide it into more than one subsequences where each and every array is increasing. So one of these example can be 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4. So now we know that each of these sequences is greater than or equal to length of k. So we need to return a true for this. But whereas when we take the second example and the k is still 3, we first of all, just by intuition, we know that if we are trying to divide into more than one subsequences, we need at least an array of length 6, whereas the array length here is 5. But another thing which we can see here is the maximum number of occurrences of any number, that is 6 here, is equal to 2. From this also we know that to divide into subsequences we would need at least 2 groups of size k. That means we need at least 2 times k elements. That comes out to be 6. That is not the length of the array. To solve this question in a very easy manner, we just need to find max number of occurrences of any character, any number, and multiply that count by k. This value, let's for this just for this reference we can say min elements. So this are the minimum number of elements which we need to form such a sequence. Why are we doing this? Because any number, let's say 6 in the above case, we have 2 occurrences and we need a strictly increasing sequence. The numbers cannot be equal or less than in that sequence. They need to be increasing. So when we say that we have 2 occurrences of 6 here, that means 6 needs to be at least in 2 separate arrays. Had the occurrence be 3 occurrences of 6, let's say here, we would have needed at least 3 arrays in which individually 6 would be placed. So that is the minimum requirement for solving this kind of a problem. So how do we go ahead with this? So let's take an IDX that will be keeping track of the index here. The n would be the number of elements inside the array. Okay, and there will be a max count, which will be initially 1 for each and every variable, and there will be a count variable. So what approach we follow from here on is, and we start with index equal to 1 because the first element inside the array would already have an occurrence of 1. So the check we are going to have here is if nums of IDX is equal to nums of IDX minus 1. That means the character which we are currently, or the element which we are currently on, is equal to the element just behind it. That means at this point of time we can increment the count available to us, or else we have found a different number from the previous one. So now we just update the max count to be either equal to itself, or if we have found a count which is greater than max count, then we just update it. We reset the count to equal to 1. Now when we come into the kind of a scenario, we have the max count with us. We just need to return that n number of elements inside the array should be either greater than or equal to max count into k. So this should solve the problem, correct? Now there can be one such case, one edge case where this would fail. Let's say the array is and k can be 3. Now when we try to find the max count, there is no such instance in which we are actually entering this particular condition. So even though the count is getting incremented, the max count stays to be equal to 1. So there needs to be one more step here. this needs to get executed once more so that we get an updated max count here. And now when we do this, we will be having a max count of 5 with us, and when that gets multiplied by 3, that is equal to 15, which will be less than the number of elements inside the array. So this should have been equal to false, whereas earlier it was max count was 1. When that got multiplied by 3, that should have given us an answer of true. So let's run the code once. Okay, we are missing out another thing. We are not incrementing the exit index. Okay, let's submit the code, and then we can discuss about the time complexity and space complexity for this one. So in this case, we are just iterating through all the elements at least once. So the time complexity for this becomes O of n. What would be the space complexity? We are not using any extra data structures here. We are just using some variables, so the space complexity becomes O of 1. Thank you.